All right, so are you ready to dive into the world of financial brokers?
Let's do it.
We're talking about what it really takes to make it in this career, not just the textbook stuff.
Right, the real nitty-gritty.
And lucky for us, we've got some awesome insights from RoleCatcher.
They're a fantastic resource in this field.
They cover everything from landing the job to totally crushing it as you climb the corporate ladder.
And they go way beyond the basics, which I really appreciate. We're talking about unexpected skills that can either make or break a broker's career.
Okay, I'm intrigued. So where do we even begin?
Well, RoleCatcher lays it all out, starting with the fundamentals of what a financial broker actually does.
Perfect, let's start there.
They describe a broker as essentially the ultimate financial middleman. They handle all those intense transactions for clients, but it's not random. It's all based on market trends, legal complexities, and mountains of financial documents.
Okay, so they make sense of all the chaos for their clients.
Exactly. Think of them like financial detectives. Imagine trying to navigate the stock market or investing without a clue where to even begin. A good broker is your guide, your strategist.
Guiding you through all the complexities, helping you buy and sell strategically to hit those financial targets, because ultimately it's all about building wealth, right?
Absolutely, that's the goal. But this is where RoleCatcher throws in a bit of a curveball.
Oh.
They highlight a skill that you might not immediately associate with finance active listening.
Really? I would have thought a financial whiz could just crunch numbers all day long.
You'd think so, right? But what's interesting is how much emphasis they put on the human side of things.
So a successful broker doesn't just talk at clients, they actually listen to them.
Precisely. They empathize, they build trust. It's
Right.
about understanding the emotions behind the numbers.
Because let's face it, you're dealing with people's dreams, their life savings, their future.
You need those active listening skills to truly grasp their needs and anxieties. Then you translate all that complex financial jargon into a plan they understand, a plan that feels right for them.
Wow, so it's almost like being a financial therapist, in a way.
You could say that?
Yeah,
It's about guiding them through the emotional roller coaster that comes with financial decisions.
I like it. So speaking of guidance, RoleCatcher also provides a really cool breakdown of the career path itself.
Oh yeah, their take on career progression is fascinating. They break down how you can go from a newbie to a financial rock star.
Okay, tell me more about that. Where does it all begin?
Well, you might start as a junior broker. Lots of research, data analysis. You're learning the ropes, paying your dues.
Soaking up all the knowledge.
Right. But then things get really interesting because the path branches out.
Hmm.
As you gain more experience, you might start interacting more with clients, diving into strategic planning.
And I bet there are even opportunities to mentor up-and-coming brokers.
Exactly. It's like leveling up in a video game. But instead of collecting coins, you're building your financial expertise and your reputation.
So you're not just stuck in a cubicle forever crunching numbers in solitude.
Definitely not. The possibilities are pretty vast once you get your foot in the door. And speaking of getting your foot in the door, RoleCatcher has some really useful insights on that as well.
Oh, perfect. I was just about to ask about breaking into this world. It seems pretty competitive out there.
You're telling me. But that's where RoleCatcher's practical tools come in. They've got this massive database of interview questions specifically designed for aspiring financial brokers.
Okay, so we're not just talking generic stuff like, tell me about yourself.
No way.
Right.
We're talking real, targeted questions that test your knowledge of market trends, current regulations.
And your approach to client interaction, which we already established is super important.
Exactly. It's like getting a sneak peek at the interview playbook.
I like it. So do they offer any guidance on actually answering these tough questions?
Absolutely.
Hmm.
They even have this really cool AI-powered tool that analyzes your practice responses.
Wow, seriously, that's high tech.
It's true. It gives you personalized feedback, almost like having a virtual career coach.
So it's like having your own personal feedback guru right in your pocket. What kind of stuff does it focus on?
Oh, it covers everything. They give you tips on your answers, your delivery, even your body language.
Yeah.
Because first impressions matter.
Oh, absolutely. Especially in the world of finance. It's all about that quiet confidence.
Exactly. And being able to articulate your thoughts in a clear, concise way.
Okay, so we've got our resumes polished, we're acing interviews, but let's be real for a second. It's not just about the interview anymore, is it? We live in a digital world now with online applications and those applicant tracking systems.
You're hitting on a really important point. It can feel like you're competing against robots just to get your resume seen by a human.
It's true, those ATS systems can be brutal, right?
It can be ruthless.
scanning your resume for specific keywords and skills, and if it's not optimized.
It's like tossing your resume into a black hole.
It's like those bots are the new gatekeepers of the financial world, so how do we get past them?
Well, RoleCatcher dives into this, and they emphasize the importance of tailoring your resume to each job description.
So it's not enough to just list out your skills and experience?
It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. You have to use the same language, the same terminology that the ATS system is programmed to recognize.
It's like you have to speak their language almost.
Right. And the cool thing is that RoleCatcher helps you identify those magic keywords and phrases. It increases your chances of getting past that initial screening.
So it's like giving your resume a digital makeover. I like it.
It's strategic. Because once you get past the bots, then you can focus on wowing the humans with your personality and experience.
That human touch. Okay, so we've tackled the resume, but what about the bigger picture? Building your network, establishing yourself as a financial expert. Is that something RoleCatcher touches on as well?
They absolutely do. They go beyond the application process and talk about building a strong online presence.
Because in today's world, it's not enough to just hope someone stumbles across your resume online, right?
You've got to be proactive, and RoleCatcher gets that. They highlight the importance of platforms like LinkedIn.
So connecting with other professionals in the industry, joining relevant groups, maybe even publishing some articles or insights.
Think of it as crafting your digital brand as a financial expert. You're not just another face in the crowd. You're showcasing your expertise and building your reputation.
You're a thought leader.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're taking control of your narrative and demonstrating your passion for the world of finance.
I love that. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from the core skills of a financial broker to navigating this digital job market. But it feels like learning never really stops in the financial world, right?
You're absolutely right. It's a constantly evolving landscape, and thankfully, RoleCatcher is a huge advocate for continuous learning.
So how do they suggest we stay ahead of the curve?
They talk about the importance of advanced degrees and certifications.
Attending industry conferences, maybe even finding a mentor who can guide you.
Absolutely. It's about embracing that mindset of continuous learning and growth.
So it's not just about landing the job, it's about building a sustainable and fulfilling career in finance.
Exactly. And that's something I really admire about RoleCatcher. They're equipping you for the long haul.
They've given us a lot to think about, that's for sure. We've gone from the core skills of a financial broker to navigating the digital job market and even crafting our online personas. Phew, what's really stuck with you from all of this?
Honestly, it's the emphasis on the human element.
Because yes, technical expertise is crucial, but
It's those interpersonal skills that really make a difference. The ability to connect with people, understand their hopes and fears when it comes to their finances.
to build those relationships built on trust and mutual respect.
Exactly. In a world that's becoming more and more automated, that human touch is more valuable than ever.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of financial brokers, here's a final thought for you to ponder.
Now I'm ready.
Imagine you're building the ultimate financial platform, but not just for job seekers, for the entire industry.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
What one revolutionary feature would be at the very top of your list?
Oh, that's a great question.
Something that would empower both brokers and clients in a whole new way.
Now that's something worth pondering.
It is. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those tough questions, and keep diving deep.
Well, according to RoleCatcher, you could end up managing portfolios for, like, high net worth individuals.
Okay.
Or maybe even specialize in a specific sector that really interests you.
So like, I don't know, tech or
Exactly.
sustainable investments, that kind of thing.
Yeah, or you could even climb that corporate ladder all the way to the top.
Ooh, we're talking.
Become a CFO.
Okay, CFO, you've got my attention.
Making those big picture decisions.
I like it. But let's rewind a bit.
Yeah.
For those of us who are, not quite at the CFO level yet, how does someone even break into this world? It seems really competitive out there.
Oh, it definitely is.
So what's RoleCatcher's take?
Well, this is where they really shine. Because they have all these practical tools. Like, did you know they have this massive database of interview questions?
No kidding. Tell me more.
And they're not just generic ones either. They're specifically designed for, like, aspiring financial brokers.
Well, so now tell me your greatest weakness.
No, we're talking real in-depth stuff that really tests your knowledge. Like market trends, regulations, all that good stuff.
So it's like you're getting a sneak peek at the interview playbook, basically.
Exactly.
I like it. Do they offer any tips on how to actually answer these curveball questions?
Oh, for sure. They actually have this really cool AI-powered tool that analyzes your practice responses and gives you feedback.
Get out of here. That's amazing.
It's true. It's like having a virtual career coach in your pocket.
So, like, what kind of stuff does it focus on?
Oh, everything. It'll give you tips on your answers, how you're delivering them, even your body language.
Hmm.
Because first impressions matter.
Right, totally. Especially in finance, it's all about that quiet confidence.
Exactly. And being able to articulate your thoughts super clearly. But, let's be real for a second. It's not just about the interview anymore, is it?
No, you're right. It's a whole digital world out there.
Online applications, those ATS systems.
Ugh, don't even get me started on those things.
It's like you're competing against robots just to get your resume seen by a human.
You're telling me. Those ATS systems are brutal.
What's RoleCatcher's advice for dealing with those?
Well, they really emphasize tailoring your resume. And I don't just mean, like, using different fonts or whatever.
Right.
It's about using the right keywords and phrases. Because those ATS systems, they're programmed to look for specific things.
So you have to speak their language, basically.
Pretty much. You have to use that same terminology that's in the job description. Otherwise, it's like your resume is invisible. Wow. Okay, so RoleCatcher actually helps you identify those keywords.
They do.
That's super useful. So we've tackled the resume, we're acing those interviews, we've even outsmarted the robots. But what about the bigger picture? Establishing yourself as an expert, building a network.
About like becoming a thought leader in the field.
Exactly. Is that something RoleCatcher talks about?
Oh, yeah. They're all about that. They go way beyond the application process and talk about building a strong online presence.
Because these days, you can't just hope someone stumbles across your resume, right?
Exactly. You've got to be proactive.
So how do they recommend we do that?
Well, they really highlight the importance of platforms like LinkedIn.
Makes sense. Everyone's on LinkedIn these days.
Right. It's not just for job hunting anymore.
So what, connecting with other professionals in your field?
Yeah, joining those relevant groups, maybe even publishing articles and sharing your insights.
So you're not just another name on a resume, you're putting yourself out there.
Exactly. You're becoming a thought leader. You're demonstrating your passion.
You're building your brand.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're taking ownership of your own narrative.
Exactly. You're showing the world, hey, this is what I know, this is what I'm passionate about.
And hopefully people are paying attention.
Right. And the right people will notice, the people who are looking for your specific skills and insights. But, even beyond landing that dream job, even after you're in, it feels like the learning never really stops in this industry, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Things change so fast.
Constantly evolving. And that's something RoleCatcher really emphasizes as well.
Oh, do tell. What do they have to say about that?
They're big advocates for this whole idea of like continuous learning.
So it's not a one and done thing.
Yeah.
You graduate, you get the job, and that's it. You're done.
Nope. You've got to keep leveling up.
So what, staying ahead of the curve on the latest trends?
Exactly. Whether it's, pursuing those advanced degrees or certifications.
Attending industry conferences? I bet those are super useful.
They're a goldmine of information. Or even, finding a mentor, someone who can guide you. It's like having your own personal Yoda of finance, right?
Exactly. Someone who's been there, done that, and can share those insights with you.
It's about constantly growing, always learning. That's awesome. Oh, well, so to wrap things up here, we've covered so much ground, from the essential skills every broker needs to navigating that crazy digital job market and even building your online presence. What's really stuck with you from this whole deep dive?
Honestly, the human element.
Because, yeah, the technical stuff is obviously important.
Crucial. But it's those soft skills that really set you apart. Being able to connect with people, build those relationships.
Because you're dealing with people's money, their dreams, their futures.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
And people need to feel comfortable, like they can trust you.
Absolutely. And it sounds like RoleCatcher really emphasizes that. Okay, so as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of financial brokers, here's a final thought for everyone listening. Imagine you're building the ultimate financial platform.
Okay, I'm picturing it.
Not just for job seekers, but for everyone. Brokers, clients, everyone.
Wow, that's a big platform.
What one revolutionary feature would be at the top of your list? Something that would, completely change the game for everyone involved.
Wow, that's a tough one. I have to think about that.
Right, it's a big question, but something worth pondering. And on that note, we'll wrap things up. Until next time, keep exploring, keep asking those questions, and keep diving deep.